All right, so today we're diving into the different roads people take to build wealth, all inspired by MJ DeMarco's book, The Millionaire Fastlane. We're going to break down the three big mindsets that pretty much decide where you end up financially. So let's get into it and see which path you're really on.
Let's just kick things off with a simple question. Imagine your goal is total financial freedom, and you want to get there while you're still young, healthy, and full of life, able to actually enjoy it. You'd want the fastest way there, wouldn't you? Of course you would.
So if speed is the name of the game, what's your ride of choice? Would you seriously just decide to walk? Kind of wandering around with no real plan, no map, just hoping you stumble upon wealth?
Or maybe you'd pick something that feels a bit more reliable, but man, is it slow. Like a steady old tractor, just chugging along. Yeah, you're making progress, but it's going to take your entire life to get where you want to go.
Or would you get behind the wheel of a Formula One car, a machine that's literally engineered for one thing, speed? I mean, the choice seems like a no-brainer, right? But here's the crazy thing. When it comes to money, most people either choose the slow tractor or they just wander around on foot.
And that brings us to the three main types of travelers on this road to wealth. You've got the sidewalker, the slowlaner, and the fastlane. As we go through these, I want you to be really honest with yourself and ask, which one of these sounds a little too much like me right now?
Okay, this table just lays it all out so perfectly. First, you've got the sidewalker. They live for today. Whatever money comes in, it goes right back out. Then you have the slowlaner. This person is responsible, right? Good job, saves money, has a plan to retire comfortably at 65. But then you look at the fastlane. Their entire way of thinking is just on another level. Income isn't from a job, it's from systems. Money isn't something to just save, it's abundant. And time, well, time is everything. It's the most valuable asset they have. The goal isn't just to stop working someday, it's to build lifelong passive income. These core beliefs are what steer every single financial move they make.
So, you might be asking, why are those first two paths so slow, or even just destined to fail? Well, it really all boils down to the math. Each path follows a hidden wealth equation, and for the sidewalk and the slow lane, those formulas are fundamentally deeply flawed.
The sidewalker's equation is a straight-up recipe for disaster. They think wealth is what you earn plus whatever you can borrow. They use debt to look wealthy, the nice car, the expensive clothes, but they're confusing the appearance of wealth with the real deal. And here's the key. You can't solve a money management problem with more money. It just doesn't work.
Now, the slow laner's equation. This looks so much better, doesn't it? Wealth equals your job plus what you invest in the market. This is the advice we all hear. Get a good job, max out your 401k, and just wait. But there's a sneaky trap hidden in this equation, a variable that puts a hard speed limit on how wealthy you can ever become.
And here's that trap, right here in black and white. Your income from a job is directly, unshakably tied to your time. And guess what? There are only 24 hours in a day. You can work harder, maybe you pull some overtime and boost your hours by 50%, but your pay only goes up by 50%. You can't work 500% harder. You'll just burn out. You are literally trading your life's most precious and finite resource, your time, for money. It's a trade you can't win.
But wait, I can hear you saying, what about compound interest? And you're right, it's an incredibly powerful force. But its greatest weakness is the exact same as a job's, time. The real magic of compounding doesn't kick in for decades. The slowlaner's entire plan is to wait 40 years for the fund to start. The fastlane wants to use a totally different vehicle to just skip that long, slow wait. So how do you actually break that speed limit? You need a completely new formula, a whole different engine for creating wealth. This is what the fastlane is all about, a framework that's built for speed because it separates your income from your time. Let's look at the math.
And there it is, the fastlane equation. Wealth equals net profit plus asset value. Notice what's missing. Your time isn't in there. Your job isn't in there. The variables here are totally different. Net profit is the money your system makes. Asset value is what that system is worth. Both of these are things you can control, and most importantly, you can scale them. This chart just says it all, doesn't it? This is the power of leverage. On the left, you've got a job. Small, capped numbers that are always going to give you mediocre results. But on the right, you have a business. Let's say it makes just a $10 profit per unit. Well, if you sell 100,000 units, that's $1 million. See? The variables, profit and units sold, can be leveraged to create absolutely explosive results.
That's the Fastlane engine at work.
Now for the second part of that equation, and this is the real game changer: asset value. Just imagine walking into your boss's office and saying, "I quit," and they respond by handing you a check for 5 times your yearly salary. I mean, come on, it's a fantasy. It would never happen. But a successful business system, that is a real asset. And it can be sold, often for a huge multiple of what it makes in a year. That creates a massive, life-changing wealth event that is simply impossible in the slow lane.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, great, I need to start a business. But hold on a second. Not just any old business will get you into the fast lane. This isn't about just doing what you love. A true fast lane business has to follow 5 very specific commandments. Think of them as the non-negotiable rules of the road.
First up, the commandment of control. You have to be in the driver's seat. It's like building a house. You want to build it on land you own, not on a rented lot where the landlord can kick you out anytime. You have to own it. Second, the commandment of entry. Is the road already packed with cars? If anyone on earth can start the exact same business as you in one afternoon, that's not a fast lane, my friend. That's a traffic jam. There has to be some barrier. Third, the commandment of need. This one is so critical. Your business has to solve a real problem for people. Nobody opens their wallet for your passion project. They pay you to fix their pain points. Chase needs, not just your hobbies. Fourth, the commandment of time. Your business has to be able to make money even when you're not there. If it needs you around 24/7, you haven't built a business, you've just built yourself a really stressful job. And finally, number 5, the commandment of scale. Can your business get big? Can you serve a neighborhood, a city, the world? A business that can only operate in a tiny pond can never catch a really big fish.
That last commandment, scale, leads us right into what might be the single most important metric you can use to judge any business idea. MJ DeMarco calls it the law of affection.
The law itself is really simple, but it is so profound. To make millions of dollars, you have to affect millions of people. Or you have to affect a few people in $1 million way. Your wealth is just a reflection of the value you provide to society. And you can provide that value in one of 2 ways, either through high impact, which is magnitude, or through high reach, which is scale.
And these 2 examples show the difference perfectly. Magnitude is like being a world-class plastic surgeon in Hollywood. You provide an enormous amount of value to a very small number of clients, so you can charge an absolute fortune. You can't help 10,000 people, but you don't need to. Now, scale is the total opposite. Think about a simple beauty product sold online. You make a small profit on each one. You can't get rich selling 1 or 2, but if you can sell 1 million of them, now you're in the fast lane.
So let's wrap this all up. What are the big things to remember? First, your mindset, whether you're a sidewalker, slow laner, or fast laner, is basically the map that determines your entire financial life. Second, the slow lane is a trap because its math is tied to your limited time. Third, the fast lane formula breaks free from that trap by using leverage through profit and asset value. But to get on that road, your business has to follow the 5 commandments. And most importantly, to make millions, you have to affect millions, either through scale or magnitude.
And that leaves us with one final and really crucial question for you to think about. Take a hard look at your own path, your career, your financial plan, whatever you're doing. Is the vehicle you're in right now built for the open road? Is it designed for scale and speed? Or is it a slow, steady tractor that's fundamentally stuck in a traffic jam, maybe one of your own making? The choice of which road to take, well, that's entirely up to you.